photosynthesis reaction. So if we take the photosynthesis reaction also, 6CO2 plus 6H2O, under what is the conditions required? Chlorophyll must be present, and as well as understanding light energy should be present. That is why under the sun only photosynthesis reaction will take place. So here also heat energy is utilized to form the product C6H12O6, glucose plus oxygen. So that we can say photosynthesis reaction is also what? Example of endothermic reaction. Understanding? Endothermic reaction. As well as in class 8 you must study electrolysis of water. Electrolysis means by passing the current we can split the hydrogen and oxygen from the water. Understand? Electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water. If we take here H2O, understanding 2H2O, if we do the electrolysis, then it will form H2 plus, understanding, O2. So this is only called as electrolysis of water. In this reaction also, understand, electrolysis, because of electricity, heat energy is absorbing, then only the reaction is taking place. Then what we used to call, tell me, this reaction is also called as what?
Endothermic reaction.
In photosynthesis, light is absorbed from the sun. During that is why it is called as endothermic reaction. So this electrolysis of water to form hydrogen and oxygen is also an endothermic reaction because electrical energy is absorbed. Electrical energy is also what? One of the form of energy, heat energy, understanding? So any energy we can convert it, that is why. So absorbed during this reaction, that is why it is called as endothermic reaction. Is it clear? Electrical energy is absorbed here. Electrical energy is a form of energy or not?
Yes, sir.
That is why this is called as endothermic reaction. So this is all about the understanding energy which can be given out or absorbed in chemical reactions in the form of heat, light, and electricity. Is it okay, da? So if heat is released or light is released or electricity is released, then that reactions is called as exothermic reactions. As well as if heat is absorbed or else if light is absorbed or if it is electricity is absorbed, then that equations is called as endothermic reactions. Is it okay, Ra?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is about understanding equations, how we can make the equation more informative in the second way, that is heat changes in equation. So heat changes means always two things. One is exothermic and another one is endothermic reaction. Is there any doubt till here? You ask me. Is there any doubt, Ashika?
Sir.
Tell me.
Sir, at the side I have written some energy, no sir, that is electrical only, no sir.
Oh, electrical energy. It is energy. Heat or light or electrical, anything it is called as. If it is releasing, exothermic. If it is absorbing, endothermic. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. That is.
And for the photosynthesis, due to light energy, we are saying it as endothermic.
It is light. Under the light only the reaction will take place. Without sunlight, it won't take place. Correct?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Heat energy is absorbing. Under the presence of sunlight only, green plants will make the photosynthesis. So without sunlight, no. So heat energy is absorbed for this reaction. So that only it is called as endothermic reaction. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So that is, note it down. So if you remember this, these are the two methods, two ways to make the equation more informative. What is the third method? What is the third method I said?
Physical states.
Physical states. Physical state is Physical state is the first one. Third method. Conditions required. Conditions required means either if you want to increase the rate of reaction, if you want to decrease the rate of reaction, or else what is the pressure conditions, temperatures and all. What is the temperature we should give? What is the pressure we should give? Understand? To take place that reaction and all is only called as conditions required. Understanding? So that is only you should remember. So the third one to make the equation more informative is, note it down, to indicate the conditions under which the reaction takes place. If you are not providing these conditions, no reaction will take place. That is only called as conditions under which the reaction takes place. Note it down. To indicate, third one, to indicate the conditions, to indicate the conditions under which the reaction takes place, which the reaction takes place. Is it clear? Reaction takes place. So here you remember, heat is also another parameter. Remember, in this reaction, if heat is required for reaction, remember, if heat is required, I will say that if heat is required for reaction, means we want to provide the heat energy required for reaction to takes place the reaction, then the heat sign called as delta, we will represent the heat in the form of delta. This is the symbol of delta. We'll represent the equation in delta symbol. I will say where we should represent also. Heat means we'll represent in the reactant side, or else the product side exothermic, reactant side endothermic. Suppose if you want to represent the heat is absorbed, it is required to take place that reaction, then heat energy will represent with a delta. It is put over the arrow of the equation. Over the arrow of the equation means in what? Above the arrow. Are you understanding? Above the, tell me,
Arrow.
above the arrow of the equation. If the reaction takes place in the presence of catalyst, what is the meaning of catalyst? Suppose few reactions, suppose formation of ammonia. Without iron, formation of ammonia won't take place. But means in the sense of, is it iron is involving? There is no iron is present in the ammonia, but which will increases the, which will boost up. Suppose your two friends are quarreling, somebody will come. Suppose Ashika and somebody is fighting now. So for example, Anusri and Ashika is fighting. Middle Akshaya will come and will say, Anusri, Ashika scolded you before also. She told you about you like that. Like that, they will increase the rate of reaction between you. Quarrel, they will make it increase. Is it correct or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
As well as few times, if you are fighting, somebody will come and will say, they will make you compromise. They will reduce your rate of reaction. Is it correct or not?
Yes, sir.
That follower is only called as who can. But you see, is it any is there any involvement, direct involvement of Akshaya in between you? There is no direct involvement. Correct or not? She just coming in middle. So either increasing your fighting or decreasing your fighting, compromising. So that is only called as catalyst. Understand? So the substance which can influence the rate of reaction means either how fast the reaction will take place or how slower the reaction will take place. Few times, few reactions should take place much faster, so that we will use some kind of catalyst, some substance which will increase the rate of reaction. Few times the reaction should go very slowly, then only the products will come, then only it will be good for us. By that time we have to use the another type of catalyst which will slow down the reaction. But it should not react with that. That is what should be more careful. Catalyst means. So if it is heat is required, we used to represent with a delta, which is over the arrow, over the arrow of the equation. Next, if the reaction takes place in the presence of catalyst, catalyst means which will increase, which will change the rate of reaction. That is, remember, understand, catalyst, then the symbol or formula of the catalyst is also written below or above the sign of the equation, arrow sign of the equation. So now let us explain this one with a more example, understanding. Example 1, then you people can understand more easily. Let us take decomposition of, understanding, potassium chloride. What is this formula of potassium chloride? KClO3. Do you notice it? Yesterday also I have taught you for balancing equation. Potassium chloride. Have you remembered or not? Potassium chloride will start heating, understanding. Then we used to, under the presence of catalyst, we used to get the KCl, potassium chloride. Potassium chloride. We used to get potassium chloride, plus also we used to get oxygen. Oxygen gas is releases. So here if you'll observe, heat is required, so that I will mention the delta above the arrow, and also we are using a catalyst here. when potassium chloride is heated in the presence of, remember, in the presence of manganese dioxide catalyst. So manganese dioxide formula is MnO2. This is only called as catalyst. What we used to call? What we used to call, Ram? If you heat this
Catalyst.
potassium chloride under the presence of manganese dioxide, then only it will start decomposing and it will start forming potassium chloride and oxygen gas. Is it okay, da? So here MnO2 is known as what we used to call catalyst.
Catalyst.
What we used to call?
Catalyst.
Catalyst. That is only called as manganese dioxide. Manganese dioxide. Till here, note it down. Then from here, I will continue tomorrow because I'm having driving class now. Thank you all.